but I have a different way of playing games now, and, you know, more experience with other games. So I definitely look at games differently than I used to. D14. D14. $34.2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 1, 2. Alright. Back on RNG value 10. Let's not screw it up, please. Visual, welcome on in. Nizula, welcome in as well. I definitely have to go back and replay some of the older Star Ocean games at some point. I know that I played Star Ocean 2 a long time ago, and I played 3. I never finished either of them, but I played both. And I loved Star Ocean 4 a lot. More than most people. I really liked Star Ocean 4. Oops. We're probably 2 frames slow, but this could be okay, actually. We'll see. Okay, somehow this was okay. 1, 2, 3. Some people hate Limmel and some people love Limmel. I'm a Limmel hater. But I know Noheal loves Limmel. He's a good doggy, K. My favorite character in that game is actually Welch. Your item shop lady. Welch is great. She's not a playable character, but she's still my favorite in the game. My favorite playable character is Remy, which is kind of funny because they're both voiced by the same person. I didn't even know that until pretty recently, actually. Because I don't really know a whole lot of famous people. But, I mean, recently I started watching a lot of the Critical Role stuff. And like, oh, Laura Bailey voice acted both Remy and Welch. That's interesting, since those were my 2 favorite characters. just found it to be kind of neat. One, two. Hey, I got it again. Okay. This run's making it all the way. We're done goofing around. Yeah, there's a very good chance that kids nowadays won't have the same nostalgia for games that we did. But when we were growing up, we also had a very limited number of games, very limited amount of information about those games. And kids nowadays, if they want to play something else, they have a million different options. And they don't have to shop around from game store to game store, hoping that the game they want is there, calling around every single GameStop within like 100 miles to see if they have a specific game, so you can go there and pick it up. I remember when I bought Final Fantasy II for the SNES, FF4, that's what I had to do. I called every single game store within a 2-hour drive until I finally found somebody that had it. After I had finally saved up enough money to be able to purchase it. And that's an experience that I remember to this day. Yeah, let's not even talk about the whole DLC to have your game finished thing. I definitely don't consider FF4 to be the best Final Fantasy. I know lots of people love it, and I think it's a good game. 1, 2, 3. But I never found it to be one of my favorites. There's a good chance I'll do some speedrunning in it one day. The SNES version, probably not the Pixel Remaster. But maybe I'll do both, who knows. You better stay. Okay, good. Good, Mohawk Man. I do like a lot of different things in FF4. Cecil is a great character, yeah. He gets to go through an arc, and his crises, and his many different crises he has to deal with. Crisis? I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll get around to that one day. It's on my to-do list. But there's a lot of games on my to-do list, and there's a lot of games that haven't moved since being on there. 1, 2, 6, I mean, I can't say anything about lukewarm takes. My favorite Final Fantasy of all time is 13. Which is not a common thing for people to say. And it ended up being my favorite for a bunch of different reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is actually that the pace of how the game works is ideal for me for an FF game. I loved how linear the game started off, and how you could get through the game and not feel like you're missing anything. 1, 2, 3. And I liked that if you killed every single enemy that you saw, 1, 2, 1, 2, you didn't have to do any XP grinding besides fighting everything along the way, and by the time you got up to the boss, you had maxed out all of your grids and having, like, the best stats that you should have for an area. I felt like 1, 2, 3. For me, personally, that was the best pacing you could do in a game. 1, 2. And then once you got to the end game, everything opened up. And I liked that. Was that the whole beginning of the game was like you not feeling like you're missing stuff as you're just experiencing the story. So for me, it was just perfect. Yeah, FF13 is not usually what people would picture being a favorite of mine, but it is. It's right up there at the top. Some of my other favorites are FF10, 9, 6, and 1 I guess is up there too, but behind all of those. Now it's the one that I've enjoyed speedrunning the most. But when I think of favorites, I think of casual play. I can't even casually play this game anymore. Casually playing the game is just... that's done. I can't casually play this game anymore. Also, Melancholy, welcome on in. Yeah, like, I know that it may not be something that a lot of people agree with, but that's what makes it my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. You know, I like it when I'm going through a game for the first time, and I don't feel like I'm missing stuff. I like knowing that I actually have everything, and the fact that it, you know, still could take 100 hours to finish everything in the game that's great, that's fine. Was the combat system my favorite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, the combat system was not my favorite out of the series, not even close. 1, 2, 3. But still, I think the game, for me, brought enough to light that I liked that it just was my favorite. I mean, you guys see me playing through games nowadays that are new to me and how I experience it, and a lot of times if I miss something, it's just, oh well, I'm not worried about it now. We're continuing without it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna miss stuff. I miss stuff all the time. And it's nice knowing that you have everything. And if you get stuck on something, it's because you're bad and need to do better. Not that you're missing something. That would just trivialize the entire encounter or something like that. My favorite character in 13 is Saz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think he's the best character in that game. Is he more of the jokester? Yeah. But I think he was a very well-made character. Yeah, 12 was one of my lesser enjoyed Final Fantasies. Though I do have a big gripe with Saz. Is that for some reason he doesn't have the Sentinel grid. Why is this guy who's being a protector for the entire game, 1, 2, 3, 4, who's always babysitting like Vanille and Hope, not have the tank role? I think that fit him so well. It seems weird that they didn't give him the Sentinel role. I mean, he has the second largest HP pool in the game. And it's really weird that they didn't give him the tanking role. I was not a big fan of 12's combat, which is weird because I love FF11's combat a lot. And a lot of 12 was supposed to be based on the world of Vana'diel, you know, 11's world. So you'd think that I might like that gameplay a bit better. A lot more of the sit back and chill kind of vibe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. But I guess it was just because of the gambit system that made me not like the combat in 12. I think that if I learned the speedrun for 12, I would probably like the combat system better. Because I'm sure in the speedrun, I mean, I've definitely watched runs of it, and seeing how people still have to do lots of menuing in combat to get through fights optimally and whatnot, and adjusting to the different situations. With the limited gambits that they use, I'd probably like it a little better. But I only have played through the game a single time. And when I was done playing the game, it was one of those feelings of, well, I never have to play that game again. That's kind of the same feeling I had when I beat 13 too. I was like, well, I'm never playing that again. Yep, that's how a lot of the Casual Monday games are as well. Like, I experienced the game, and never again. And if you look at the different, if you look at the coloration on the rankings, a lot of them tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 how likely I am to play that game again in the future. The games that are marked up in best, I'm gonna be playing those again. Like, I'm sure of it. The great games, I'll probably be playing those again, and either of those two categories I could see myself speedrunning. Most of the games in the categories, not all of them. Games that are in the good tier, I will probably play again at some point in time. Once they're down into the average games, I could see myself playing them again, but I probably won't go out of my way to play them again. And games that are bad or terrible, I'm not touching again. That's a good way to look at it. See, the gambit system is a big reason of something I didn't like about 12. Because if you set up your gambits just right, you could beat just about any encounter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I remember one of the hardest fights in the game. I didn't do this, but my brother did, because he liked 12 a lot more than me. And for some optional boss that he fought that takes hours to beat, he set up his gambits for the fight and left the game alone and would just check on it every hour to make sure he was still alive until he beat, like, Yazamat or something. And it took like 4 hours or something, but he beat the fight by not even playing the game. To me, that is terrible. Like, just a waste of time. I think I would enjoy going through the story again for 12 also. If I play the Zodiac Age version, I will probably enjoy it. But yeah, I don't like the idea of a game where you're just turning on auto battle and going AFK for 4 hours until you beat something. That's not ideal gameplay to me. I think Yojimbo is super cheap and also shouldn't be in the game. I was not a big fan of the 13 sequels. from someone who loved 13, the first game. I hated 13 too. And Lightning Returns was fine, but it wasn't really my style of game. I played through it, I beat it once. And I was like, this is okay, but it wasn't... Like, I had some fun playing it, but it wasn't really for me. I never played After Years for FF4. But let me tell you, I have heard amazing things about it. Yeah, 10.2 is not for everybody. I enjoyed playing it as a teenager. I think maybe I was a young adult then. I don't know. I want to say I was in my late teens when it came out, and I played it. I don't remember though. And I remember enjoying it at that time. But I remember trying to play it, I don't know, like 10-ish years ago or something, and I just couldn't do it. The storyline in the game is very confusing. Combat is very speedy, almost pointless. It's super grindy. It's super grindy. Like, just sit in battle spamming skills all day long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. To be able to learn your abilities. And I don't know. They made it so you can pretty much be almost any combination of character classes to win most encounters. Which is kind of neat, but that also makes it so most fights in the game are incredibly easy. From what I remember the last time that I tried to play it, I remember thinking that almost every fight was incredibly easy, except for like the final boss area. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I played it. But I did like Pain. I thought Pain was a good addition to the team. Now the speedruns for that game are something else. Just use the monster creator thing to make super OP monsters that you don't even have to control. The worst thing is Brother. Ooh, Brother in 10.2. I hate Brother in 10.2 so much. And of course, he happens to be one of the monsters you use in the speedrun for that. And he's real annoying. I liked Brother in 10. He was perfectly fine. And a great Blitzball player. In 10.2, Brother was just too much. I know they were trying to have a lighter-hearted story in that one and just have a... he was still too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's something else that I missed in 10.2 was that they really killed Blitzball. I felt like they made Blitzball way worse in 10.2. I liked Blitzball in the first 10, I did. In 10.2 it just felt so bad. I felt like they took out all of the fun aspects of Blitzball in 10. Then in 10.2 they made it some really terrible auto battle minigame. And if you didn't raise your characters well, then in some weird... It was so weird. Training in that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Because if you trained a character to be better at one stat, then they got worse at other stats, and you had to train them very perfectly, or else they were just completely useless. Oh yeah, not everyone enjoyed 10's Blitzball for sure. I know there are plenty of people that did not like playing Blitzball at all. But you don't really need to play Blitzball in 10.2. So the fact that they already made it so you don't have to play it, and then they also changed it completely, in my opinion, not really in a better way. I don't even remember what, like, the rewards for it were. Probably some accessories or something. Hey Stun, welcome in. But yeah, I know there's plenty of people that didn't like Blitzball, but there's also a lot of people that love Blitzball. I don't like sports games, like, at all. But I have enjoyed Blitzball a lot over the years. In fact, on the last time I played 10, I guess I did speedrunning of 10, but beep beep bat. But before that, I made, what, 10 different save files that all had their own unique Blitzball team. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't share a character on any of the teams. I was planning on going through and leveling up every single Blitzball player and having them on a unique team, then comparing all of the teams together to see how easy games felt at every different section of the game. And I created, like, the Luca Goers, Albed Sykes. I created every one of those teams. Then all the extra characters I put into their own unique teams together. And I still have all of those save files. I only leveled up all of the characters up to... I did a single season with each of those teams. Then I ended up taking a break from it. But that's the kind of stuff that I do when I really end up liking different aspects of games. I go in and do that kind of stuff. 1, 2, 3. When I was playing Dark Deity 2, after I finished the game, I was curious for how each character felt as each different class. So I started up a ton of new files, and I played as all of the same characters of each class. And I had all 4 of them be the same class, so I could compare each of the people in each role at the same time against each other to feel how good they felt as each class, and then also how good those stats were how good the stats were for them for class changing later into the game. I spent well over 100 hours doing that. And that was fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't even finish any of those playthroughs. I just made lots of, like, partial saves to be able to compare all of the characters. Beep beep. Beep beep. And I just thought it was interesting to do that. And looking at everybody's tier lists of all the characters and stuff, I felt like a lot of people gave really terrible information about those characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever I would look at like what other people would recommend different characters be doing in that game, I felt like they gave lots of terrible advice and wanted you to use terrible characters for it. But it's probably because they didn't actually test out using all of the different characters with every different class like I had done. And then I made like a big old spreadsheet that showed the characters' stats at the different level ranges if they were playing as different characters, and beep beep bat, and how strong each of those characters felt for me. And then I also wrote down like an optimal build path, 1, 2, 3, 4, that I felt each of the characters should do. But I do that kind of stuff when I'm playing games. The last time I played The Last Remnant, I ended up recruiting every single character in the game and made 3 separate parties with them. And at each different stage of the game, I compared everybody's damage output and how good each character felt at all of the different stages in the game, to just compare them up against each other. I did 3 different rush builds as well. And before I actually did that, I honestly, personally felt that Rush was one of the worst characters in the game. But Rush is actually a very powerful character. I just always judged him too harshly on how long it takes Rush to get going. But after a little bit of time, he is easily like the best character in that game. I had to think if I needed the power or not right there, because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was just on autopilot. 1, 2, 1. I have speedrun FF6, yes. 1, 2, 3. In fact, right before I was doing this FF1 grind, I was doing FF6 challenge runs and speedruns alike. I first started doing FF6 speedruns on the Pixel Remaster. And then I started doing SNES speedruns. And I definitely enjoyed doing the SNES runs way more. Like, not even close. I enjoyed the SNES stuff so much more than the Pixel Remaster. I mean, you could probably end that sentence a little early. SNES being better than Pixel Remaster, period. Pixel Remasters are honestly just around to be easily accessible for people. I think that's the best thing about the Pixel Remasters, is they are easily accessible. And so people that would like to buy games legitimately on whatever their newest console is, they are perfect for those people. But I definitely don't feel like they are the best versions of most of the games. 3 is an exception. My personal opinion is that for FF3, the Pixel Remaster is the best way to play that. Five, I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3. It might also be the best way to play 5. Yeah, I'm not really an achievement hunter myself, so I don't really care if a game has achievements or not. I used to care about achievements a lot more. But now if I enjoy doing something in a game, I just make up my own... 1, 2, 3, 1. I just make up my own ways to play through the game. Like what I was recently doing with Dark Deity 2 and The Last Remnant. They have nothing to do with achievements. I don't need to do specific goals that other people try to give me to do. A lot of times if I want to do something wacky, then I'll just go do that. I've actually finished the FF10 Sphere Grid on multiple occasions for all characters. I actually do think I have that achievement on the 3... I have it on PC. And I think I have it on the 360 as well, actually. But I don't really go out of my way for most games to do achievements. There are, of course, occasions I'll do that, depending on the game. Like, I'm sure I have some games in my game library that I'm like 1 achievement away from finishing all their achievements in it. I think Monster Train 2, I have 1 achievement left to do. I'm sure I could do it if I just got onto the game and just tried going for that achievement real fast, but whatever. But then there's some other games where it's like, yeah, this would be fun to do. Like when I was playing Seralim 3, I did lots of weird stuff in that game to get some achievements in that. But getting achievements in that game is a little different, because for every one you acquire, you would get in-game bonuses. So that gave it a different reason to get them in that game. Beep beep bat. I'm surprised I haven't made a major mistake this run. I haven't been paying any attention to what I'm doing. I'm just wandering through the game on autopilot. And it looks like our time isn't terrible. I like to be a minute ahead, so we're a little slower than that, but it's not terrible. Now, when I played back when I was a 360 gamer, I actually was an achievement hunter for a while there. That was when achievements were first like a thing. And if I played a game, I usually tried to get as many achievements in it as I could. I'm not sure how many achievements I ended up getting on the 360, but I'm pretty sure my gamer score was over 100k by the time I stopped playing it. I had a lot of points. But yes, I did play lots of different Call of Duty games. I spent way too long playing some of those. I haven't logged in. I technically have an Xbox account on my computer. But I haven't touched my 360 account in forever. If you want to look up the achievements I have on like the True Achievements site or something, you can. My name is Shane Zell on there. Big surprise, I know. But no, I don't log into that account. I haven't used it in 15 years? I don't know, it's been a long time since I've touched that. But if you really want to see all the different achievements and stuff I acquired, you can go look it up. I was on the True Achievements and True Trophies sites. In case those don't know what that is, those were sites where they tracked how many trophies people had, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and how many achievements people had, and adjusted their value based on how difficult they were to acquire. So for achievements that everybody had, they would only be worth their standard rate. But if they were achievements that like nobody owned, they had a lot higher value on that site. And so it would show you like your true value for... It was a way to like try to reward people for having more rare achievements. And I just thought it was neat. I liked having like the more rare achievements, and it was just a fun way to look at things. Alright, I'm not gonna make up this mistake again. Officially the furthest run I've had of the day. Why did it take me almost 3.5 hours to get 49 minutes into the game? We got here. Oops. It's fine. I've had a couple sloppy resets this run. But apparently the bats were above average because we are ahead of our average splits. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's nice to see. Yep, don't have to hold reset while powering off. It was a lie, I tell you. It was a lie. I was always so scared about powering off my console as a kid. I was always worried I was going to lose my save data every time I turned it off. Like, please don't erase my data. I'm doing it right. I never did have my data get erased. Well, you found it there, Chenny-Chen. Did I have 100k points? I don't even know for sure. That was just my guess. A little shy of 3k achievements? Gotcha. So I had a few. A lot of completed games on there. I didn't complete every game I played. And Amerks, welcome on in. We are on the furthest run of the day, which is pretty sad, but it's the furthest run of the day. I played a lot of Chariot. I actually liked Chariot, weirdly enough. I actually have... I played Chariot on the 360. 1, 2, 3. I played it on the PS4. And I also bought it on my computer. It may seem weird with me liking Chariot. It is a platforming game. Not only is it a platforming game, it's a platforming escort game. But I enjoyed it a lot. I felt like it was very well done. But yeah, I did a lot of stuff on the 360 for Chariot. I don't think I did as much on the PS4, and I definitely haven't played it that much on PC. But yeah, you can definitely see I played lots of Call of Duty games on there. Lots of RPGs. But then again, all of the games you see on there are also on my library in the spreadsheet. But of course on there it actually shows, you know, which achievements I've acquired. So it's easier to see exactly what I did in each game. I don't think I ever played Call of Duty 3. I think the first Call of Duty I played was 4. I didn't play 4 online, I just played it for story mission stuff. I didn't ever start doing any... I didn't start doing any online stuff until Modern Warfare 2. Then I played way too much online when it was Black Ops 2. At that point in time, I had quit my job, and I was getting ready to join the army. And I spent all of my free time either playing Black Ops 2 or working out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's literally all I did, was play Black Ops 2 or work out for many months. That was my prep for getting in there. It's just what happened. For working out, I did mostly body work exercises, like body weight exercises that ended up being modified in some way or another. 1, 2, 1. I did a lot of push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. I went running a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Doing lunges, squats, like stuff like that around the house. And when I was in better shape, then I was able to start using a weighted vest while doing that as well. I was actually in decent shape there for a while. Not anymore. I mean, I'm in a shape. My current shape is a shrimp. Oh, I'm far from good shape. I may not be overweight, but that doesn't mean I'm in good shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time I get crit there, part of me panics. I just look up and I'm fighting a sorcerer, and I see him hit me with extra text appearing after he hits me, like, I'm dead, aren't I? Nope, he's just critting me. It's fine. Oh yeah, I mean, a sub 10-hour mile is not very difficult. I don't think that is being in shape, though. That was a bad menu. I did enjoy a lot of Warriors Rachi 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a lot of chat probably couldn't do that. But nobody is saying if chat's in shape or not. That's never been part of the question. We were talking about me not being in shape. My definition of me not being in shape may be different than your guys' definition of me being in shape or not. I mean, I haven't tried running a mile in many years. I know the last time that I would run and time myself, I would have, like, the best I ever did, I think, was like around 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. And then the last time I ran, it was probably closer to 6 minutes. So I'll say 6.5 just to be safe. And so being out of shape, I would assume it would probably take me closer to 9. I would feel awful afterwards, but I'm sure I could do it. I would be dying and my body would hate me for a week. Yeah, my best mile was a little under... I think I had like a 5:28, I think was my best mile time. That was when I was actually in shape. But it's been so long. And most of my time in the army, I was in the... I almost always hit around the 6-hour mark, like, always. Okay, make sure I don't mess this up. I was not amazing in Soul Calibur 4. I don't feel like I've ever been amazing at any fighting game. Most of my time playing fighting games over the years has been offline. Anytime I ever played a fighting game online, I didn't have a fun time. Let's say it like that. Alright, volcano time. Flashing light warning. Sure, I got most of the achievements in a game, and most of those achievements are offline playing the story, not playing up against other players, where you can actually judge your skills if you are good or not. It's weird, it's like a fighting game would require, like, I don't know, good timing or something for you to be good at it. There were points in time that I enjoyed playing them, but it doesn't mean I was very good at them. I remember the last time I was really playing a fighting game. The last couple times. The last memories I have of me playing Soul Calibur were me playing up against Noheal. And him beating me down every single game. Like, not even close. Like, him just beating me down so bad. And I just couldn't win. Those are my last memories of it. And before that, or not before that, it was actually after that. I played a different fighting game. I was playing a Smash Brothers game. And I remember playing up against this guy, Tong, and him just beating me down every single game. And then it's like, you know what? I just need to not play fighting games. 2, 3, 4. Like, I'm not very good at these. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that Noheal was very good either, but I just remember him beating me down nonstop. During some of the earlier Soul Calibur games, it felt more even. Oh yeah, Tong was really good at fighting games. I saw him play some, BlazBlue, and him playing up against the computer on the highest difficulty and him just getting perfects every single game. And I'm like, why did you want to play up against me in Smash Brothers, man? If the hardest difficulty computer can't land an attack on you, there's no way I can fight you. Like, get out of here. Okay, the dragon was in the way. I had to push him out of the doorway. I want the robot to be just like that. Hey, I just want the robot to be in the way like that. Did I grab all the chests? I think I did. I was talking, not paying attention. I probably grabbed them all. Yes, my money is fine. But yeah, my last Soul Calibur memories were Noheal playing Keelik, and me losing as every single character in the cast, all in a row. Just, like, I can't beat you no matter what. That's what I remember. I didn't play much Street Fighter growing up, Mercs. Is that the really big guy that just kicks people? Yeah, I didn't play a whole lot of Street Fighter. The main Street Fighter game I played was Street Fighter 2, and I didn't even play it that much. My favorite character, well, not favorite character, the only character I could play and ever win was the electric monkey guy, starts with a B, I don't remember his name. Yeah, and of course I had the whole, I'm a child, I don't know how to play this game, but I figured out how to become an electric fence and just hope enemies walk into me until they die. That was my strategy. I wasn't good at it the very few times I did play that game. I never owned Street Fighter, so I barely ever played that game at all anyways. I'm sure I would only play it occasionally at somebody else's house. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 1. But I didn't really own that many games when I was younger. I had a very limited stock of NES games, very limited NES games. Mom didn't have a whole lot of money to buy games. Most of the games I had, 1, 2, 3, I got when we got the system. So like, once every like 4 years when my dad ever did a job, he'd usually get paid in some sort of favors or something. Never got paid in cash. But that's how I got my Nintendo. Was that he like did some car work for somebody, and I don't know if his kids were bad and decided to just get rid of their Nintendo, but that's what happened. So he gave away their Nintendo and all their games, and that's how I got them. And I don't believe we ever got to buy a single game for the Nintendo. I believe all of my games were the games that I got when I first had the NES. Then mostly the same thing happened for the Super Nintendo, until I saved up enough money to buy the one Super Nintendo game I bought, which was Final Fantasy II. Because I liked the first game, and then I liked the third game so much that I wanted to try out the second one. And I want to say I spent like $140 for a used FF2. That was a lot of raking leaves, mowing lawns, and shoveling snow. Just going around the neighborhood. Oh yeah, it's probably way cheaper now. Yes, it was FF4, but to me as a kid, it was FF2. I'm pretty sure I got that one at, I think it was GameStop. I don't know, it was some game store. It might have been Game Freak, I don't know. Game Crazy? No, it was Game Crazy. It was Game Crazy, that's where I got it. And to get that, my mom had to drive me like an hour and a half north of where we were living. But she said she'd do it since I earned all the money. Because I had to call every game store around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To finally find a place that had the game I wanted. But yeah, I used to shop at when I did actually, once I was able to start buying my own games, Game Crazy was the main place I went to shop, now that I'm really thinking about it. There was one not super far away, and I used to go walk there all the time to check out what games they had. 1, 2, 3, 4. By not so far away, I meant it was like 4, 6-ish miles away, and I would just walk there all the time. Because I wanted to check out what games they had. As a kid, I walked everywhere all the time. Then eventually started biking everywhere all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't say I had much of a working PC growing up. We eventually got a computer in the house, but it wasn't good. Don't equip that ribbon. Oh, I almost did that. That would have been bad. That would have been run over if I threw on that ribbon. I would have loved having Destiny of an Emperor as a kid. That would have been sweet. But instead I got to experience that for casual Monday here. I'm pretty sure I've never owned a bell before. When I was young, I had lots of random garbage bikes. Then once I was a little older, I actually paid for a real good bike. Bikes that were like hundreds of dollars. And I biked everywhere for so many years. It always kept me in shape. And honestly, I enjoyed it for the longest time. Then, once I was done with the service, I kinda wanted to start being lazy. And I didn't want to bike anywhere anymore. So that's when I stopped with the biking. 2, 3, 4. And decided I'd only drive anywhere else from then on. Hey, Golden Girl, welcome on in. And once I became lazy and started driving everywhere, there was no going back. There was no way I was going back to biking everywhere. 1, 2, 1, 2. But I was in pretty decent shape when I was actually biking places, and I felt good about that. I liked it. 1, 2, 3. A small problem I had was, oh boy, I ate a lot. I used to eat so much for the fuel. Alright. A waterfall. Now, when I really ate a lot of food was when I was swimming and biking places. So in my free time I did a lot of swimming. Then when I was done swimming I would be biking places. At that point in time, I could eat anything. Beep beep bat. I just burned off so many calories a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Margesha, welcome on in. Thanks for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. We are a good ways through the run on an acceptable pace currently. We are 10 seconds ahead of average, which is all we can ask for. How were your runs today, and what were you up to? This is our second run of the day. The first run, sadly, didn't make it far enough. You know, sadly, I didn't really know a whole lot about the Spyro speedruns until pretty recently. It's not a game that I played when I was younger, so there was never a ton of interest from me, since it's, you know, not a game I ever played. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's technically not true. I'm sure I played a little bit of Spyro, but I never owned Spyro. No out of bounds bat. And do we have a good robot? 1, 2, 3, 4. A good robot can save us a nice chunk of time. A bad robot can lose us a nice chunk of time. Boo. Oops. I messed that up badly. Well. Oops, I shouldn't have done that one. No, that was fine. Okay. That was painful, but we got there. He was not in a good location, and I did not manipulate him very well. Yep, me watching the Summoning Salt video was all of my knowledge on, and like, the only time I really spent watching or knowing much about the Spyro speedrun. So yeah, that was really unfortunate. 1, 2, 3. I can just compare up against PB, I guess. But the time's not looking very good now. I can still get a sub 2, I believe. I won't be very happy with it, but it's a sub 2's a sub 2. The robot wasn't in the worst location possible. I just didn't do a good job manipulating him over to me. At least once I got him moving, I kept him moving. I did the slow route. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, because my timing was way off. We are going for 2 Bane Swords, yes. The run where I was planning on doing 5 was only for the very first run, which died before I even got to the Bane Swords. Alright, maybe Dr. Un will cooperate a little bit better than the robot. His guard was out of the way, but he wasn't in a great spot. That was not the walking path I was supposed to take, so it was a little slow for the reset, but it's fine. I've had a lot of poor resets this run. I've just been out of it. I'm really not paying attention to what I'm doing. But I think that's what I need to do right now. These runs have been hurting my soul. So I've needed to just not focus. I mean, even if I'm not reading chat, my mind can just be thinking about other things. If you're talking about the Swellman video, I've known Swellman for a while. They've featured me in a video in the past as well. Beep beep. Not a bad toga party. I will take that. Golden Girl with the 5 stream streak. But yeah, before Swellman released that video, he talked to me and asked me all sorts of stuff about the run. So, like, I knew that video was coming out before you guys did. I've been watching Swellman videos for years now. Those are some of the YouTube videos that I watch, like the Summoning Salt, Abbysoft, Swellman, like those kind of videos. I end up watching a lot of those because, you know, they're up my alley. I've probably watched all of their videos. Now, I tried hanging out in a Salt stream once, and that wasn't for me. Actually, I tried it a couple different times, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't my vibe. But the YouTube videos are, you know, completely different. But like, as an example of Tyson, like, that's not a game that I don't really care about that game. Now, the videos on it are still interesting, but it's not a game I'd want to, you know, watch speedruns of every day. And that's a great thing about a lot of those videos is, even if they're done on a game you don't particularly care for, they're still interesting to watch and learn about different things in all of these different games. And I don't watch any FF1 YouTube content at all. Anytime I try to watch a video that gets recommended to me for FF1 stuff, I can't finish it. I mean, yeah, I could theoretically do stuff like that, but my YouTube channel is not like, you know, it's not my source of income. It's not something that I spend hours on every day trying to do cool video editing stuff to make a great video for me to make a buck on it to survive. Like, that's not... I have zero video editing experience, and I don't see that changing either. YouTube is just somewhere to post my speedruns. That's generally all it's been used for and all it will be used for. 1, 2, 3, 1. I've had multiple people ask me if I'd be interested in them editing my videos, but I haven't. That's not something that I want to take up. Like, no thanks, I'm not going to deal with all of that. Definitely not paying some random person I don't know to edit some videos for me. Like, YouTube's not a high priority. It has my speedruns, and that's good enough. You know, if for some weird reason I magically bought like a lottery ticket and it happened to win and I didn't need to work anymore, and then money wasn't a huge concern, then I'd probably pay someone to like edit YouTube videos for me and stuff to make them nicer and whatnot. That I'd be fine with. But that requires so many things that aren't going to happen to line up. I mean, half of nothing is still nothing, so... that's not really useful. Like, yeah, I'm a YouTube partner, but my videos don't have millions of views. You know, most of the videos have hundreds of views. I'm not making any sort of money on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. It's not something I do for an income. It's just part of a hobby of speedrunning the games. It's somewhere to store all the videos. And to, you know, share the content with others for their entertainment. Alright, you guys ready to see the run die? This is where the run dies. Or I actually hit the Bane Sword for the first time in the last 2 weeks. I haven't hit a single Bane Sword this week or last week in a run. Not one. Huh. Well, we go for now. It's not over yet, though. I still have another one to do. One, two, three. Now the pressure's on. Alright. Run's officially started. Gotta pay attention now. Remember, we're not gonna stay 2 minutes ahead. I'm doing the safest route I can. Which means we're wasting time here. That's why I picked up the ribbon earlier. Oops, I almost wasted a heal. I'm not used to having heals. I think that step was fine. I think that step was fine. We'll find out in here. Okay, yeah, we're good. Beep beep bat. Bat, you were the last NPC that could possibly get in my way. And you were in my way for about maximum duration possible. So thanks for that. One, two, three, four. No more NPCs can get in the way at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Bad on bad action. I forgot that our hero is named Bat. I have not been paying attention to that. Looking at my character's name is not something that generally comes up. I'll look at his HP to make sure that we have the correct amount of hit points after specific fights. X-Fur, oh no! Alright, we have about 20 encounters left in the game. Hey, Fat Def. Welcome on in. Also welcome in Rob Zen and Rubes and many of the other people I have probably missed. Alright, I have one menu left to do. And that will be before Kraken 2. Before Kraken 2, I'll have a menu. We have one Bane Sword left. 1, 2, 3, 1. I am going for the best chance to beat the game. We're going for 2 total Bane Swords, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tired of dying on all of the different Bane Swords throughout the run. I just want this sub 2. This has been a grind. I need it to end and take a break from it. So we're going to lose time this split to me having to buy heal potions. So keep that in mind. Then we're going to lose time in the next split as well, since we'll be fighting Kraken 2 and Tiamat 2 instead of Bane sorting them. So let's hope that this 219 is good enough lead. Oh man, if I get like a 2005 or something, like... that would hurt. That would hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. BD Jeffy P, welcome on in. And Akiros, welcome in as well. If I was doing the 5 Bane Sword strategy, I know what inputs I have to do on this fight. The exact same inputs as Tiamat. Delay 1 short bounce, then we go. And the fight would be over with now. And Bane sorting here would save a lot of time. But we're not doing it. Just trying to get the run to finish, that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So we're skipping all the Bane Swords and just hoping that the routing is good enough. We're already losing time. Those heal potions. One. Okay, I think we'll sub 2. I think. I mean, I still have to hit the Bane Sword on Chaos. 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2. And not mess up one of the many bounces that are left. I should have 231 HP, and I do. Open up with a 389. 1, 2, 3, 6. I don't really have anything really that I have to focus on. As long as I put in my inputs correctly, we're fine. I'm not too worried about it. Sure, I feel the nerves a bit, but that's to be expected. Six. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think we only have 4 more random encounters and 3 more bosses? I think. That sounds right. 1, 2, 3, 1. Alright, one more fight on this floor. If I misstep, the run is over. Oops. That doesn't count as a misstep. That's just me wasting time by not taking a step. A charm, welcome on in. We're about to see if this grind is finally over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Can I beat the rest of the game in 4 minutes? One. Three. Alright, Tiamat 2 down. 3 minutes left. I don't know. It's gonna be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scarlet Shadow, welcome on in. I don't know if we're gonna get it. This might be too slow. Alright, 2 fights left. 2 fights. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. I know my damage here is questionable. Six damage. Alright. Sun Sword is awesome. I don't know. Are we gonna get this sub too? How long does it take to walk to chaos? Maybe. It's gonna be close. Run faster! One, two, three, 4, 5. Got it. It's done. It's finally done. World's first sub 2-hour FF1 NES. It's been done. Oh boy. That was so many months of work. Finally. Finally. I forgot that I only had to do 5 bounces, not the 12 in 1. I think if I had to do the 12 in 1 end, I wouldn't have got it. But yeah, thanks for the GGs, everybody. New world record. And sub 2 has been achieved. Oh boy, that was a grind. That was a grind. Thanks for all the GGs. JF0, Triangle Man, Noheal, Adam, Kime, Thunderdog, Thumi, Toriak, Mirrorgate, Grandius, Shadow Killer, Sabo, Marquisha, Adam, Trenton, D-Pad, Shugoof, RJD, Scarlet Shadow, Robust Walrus, Akiras, Psytown, Zerk, Drossi, Dimension Harvester, Scotty Fox, Beady Jeffy P, Aldog, Cervantes, Villidan, Billick, The Real Junior, Yulesrek, Ranma, Entejo, Harry, Safe Haven, Twisty, Robson, Beta, Gusto, Ganusboys, I can't read, ALX, Keyboard, Kate Sith, Rubes, Flying Fa, Toku, Namron, Viper, Jfred, Ridios, Giraffe, Chenny Chen, Jack, Tabby Orange, Origo, Fat Def, Jamio, Country Fried Chocobo, Mercs, Batty Mass, Aldog, Levy, Blue Max, Boobin, Concussed Gamer. I've probably missed a lot of other people. Chat was just kind of flying on by. APOC, thanks for the GGs as well. Duchess, Darkest Mage. Holy cow, that is a lot of subs. I'll get to those in a second as well. Angry Stapler. Jorky, thanks for the GGs. Alright, let's try and look at all of these bits and subs. D-Pad, thanks for the 500 biddies. Keyboard, thanks for your last 200 bits. Aldog, thanks for the 300. Zerk with the 200. Billick with the 200. Dimension Harvester with the 200. Adam Apple, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Hope the recipients enjoy their emotes. Walrus, thanks for the Prime sub. Apoc, thanks for the sub. RJD, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Robzen, thanks for the 200 biddies. Scott, thanks for the 50 subscribers. Madness,